For the review, I hope that you took your time to do it. I'm going to speak kind of fast to some of the highlights of the problems. Feel free to pause the video or look at the document found in Google Classroom. Okay, when you have to graph, first you find the line of symmetry by doing x equals the opposite of b divided by 2a. I got 2, so I put a dashed line where x equaled 2. Using your line of symmetry, you need to find the vertex by taking the line of symmetry, putting it in for x, and solving. I got 5. My vertex is the point 2, 5. I try to find the roots by factoring. ACB chart, can't find numbers that multiply to 6 but add to 8, so I use the y-intercept. Y-intercept is c, so it's at -3. -3 is 2 units to the left, so to find another ordered pair, I'd move 2 units to the right, and I would have my parabola. Again, following the same steps here, notice this equation is not ready for us to work yet. I need to FOIL, or distribute, and then bring the -2 to the other side. This will be the equation you use the entire time. Find the line of symmetry, use that answer to find the vertex, try to factor to find the roots. Again, I don't know numbers that add to 6 but multiply to 11, so I use the y-intercept of +11. 3 units to the right, meaning 3 units to the left. I asked you to find the roots, the x-intercepts, or the zeros. You could try the ACB chart. That didn't work, so I went right to the quadratic formula. You could use completing the square, but then I'd have to get rid of the 2. Quadratic formula will work for every trinomial. When I was done doing that, remember you solve the numerator, hit equal, divide by 4. Solve the numerator, hit equal, divide by 4, and I got those 2 solutions. For the next one, I could straightforward factor. There are numbers that add to 6 but multiply to 8, or you could use the quadratic formula. You should end at -2, -4. With this one, this kind of caught my eye. I wondered if this was a perfect square trinomial. It is. So I factored that, and then I used the square root property. You could have brought the 7 over to set it equal to 0 to get -3 here, and then use the quadratic. We should end with the same answers. Finding c, you take half of b, square your answer, that becomes your c. When I work with fractions, I leave them as a fraction. Square the numerator, square the denominator, I have c. Solve by completing the square, meaning we need to move the 21 over, so I get -21. Follow the same rules, half of b squared. When I put 36 in on the left-hand side, I need to put 36 in on the right-hand side. Use the square root property again, and I end with these as my roots. I apologize, I forgot to graph right here. That's crazy, I don't know what I was doing. But I found my line of symmetry. I found my vertex. I decided to use the quadratic formula because I could not factor. Being very careful with the quadratic formula, remember I would do 8 plus the square root of 24, hit equal, divide by -4. 8 minus the square root of 24, hit equal, divide by -4. I would have plotted those 2 points on my graph. I could have gone and used my y-intercept. Lots of different options.